Hey everyone, it's Big Scribe again, and I've got another book review for you. And this time, and I know it's been a long while, but this book took me forever to get through, I swear. A Court of Mist and Fury by Sarah J Maas. First of all, this book is 624 pages. This is the biggest book I have read since Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows. This book is enormous. It is a chunker. And it took me a while, mainly because I really wanted to take my time. I really didn't want it to end because it was such a good book, and I even ended up getting one of those Chapter 55 resand bookmarks from Nightmares and Daydreams on Etsy, and it's a pretty funny bookmark, and I ended up using it for most of this book, but it's really cute. But this book is so good. This is honestly one of the best books Sarah has ever written. And it is so just packed with action and romance and backstory and like everything. You really begin to understand the characters of this series in this book. Now, and like you realize that Tamlin's not as great as you thought he was, and he's actually kind of a jerk. And Rhysand's actually a pretty decent guy and is extremely awesome. Like, I just can't even get over Rhysand. I love that character. I'm torn between him and Dorian being my favorite Sarah J Maas characters. I love Rhysand almost as much as I love Dorian. Not quite as much because Dorian is still pretty awesome, but Rhysand is so cool, and Rhysand is so noble and kind of cocky, but he kind of deserves to be cocky because he is pretty much the best there is in the entire world. But this book is amazing, and I absolutely enjoyed it. I think the one thing I didn't like was seeing how much Tamlin changed. It just didn't really make sense to me how Tamlin went from being super sweet and romantic to being this total jerk, and it was really weird, but I mean, I still don't understand why he changed so drastically. It was like he was really just using her to break the curse. I mean, sorry if that's a spoiler, but if you're watching this, you've probably already read ACOTAR and you know what happens at the end of ACOTAR. And if you don't, shame on you. Go read ACOTAR. Anyway, but a lot of people have issues with Sarah J Maas's writing because of the scenes that seem kind of dominating and stuff like that. But I mean, some people are into that, and apparently Sarah J Maas seems to be someone who's into that, and her writing kind of portrays that. And if you don't like that, that's okay. It's not for everybody, but it doesn't mean that it's necessarily this horrible thing. And I don't see why people complain about it as much, because this book really is extremely romantic. You find this character that literally would rip apart the world for Feyre, and you realize that everything has been leading her to Rhysand, and Rhysand has been being led to her this whole time. And it was like this big build-up, and you find out the reasons behind so much stuff that has happened to Feyre to bring her to this moment, like they were just destined to meet. And it's so amazing. And you know what? Lucien, even though Lucien is kind of an idiot in this book, I still like him. He's still one of my top 5 favorite characters. But in this book, you see a big change in him, and he's kind of just a lackey and does whatever he's told, which is kind of opposite from him in the first book, where he kind of did the opposite of what he was told and went behind Tamlin's back quite a bit, but that's besides the point. I mean, kind of. I feel a lot of characters change too drastically in this book, but Rhysand changed for the better, and you found out a lot about Rhysand as to why he is like he is, and a lot of the truth came out about him, and it turned out to be a really good thing, and you kind of understand why people see him the way that they do. But honestly, this book, 4.5, one of the best books I've ever read. It is a huge book. It takes forever to get through, and you see it's kind of roughed up a bit because I took it everywhere with me and read it constantly. But I absolutely loved it, and I read half this book yesterday. That was a lot. We had a readathon. It was the Back to Hogwarts readathon, and it went epic. I did all my photo challenges throughout the week, and then I read the rest of this book yesterday, and I started Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, because that is my current read, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child, Parts 1 and 2, the play that J.K. Rowling did like last year or the year before. But you can tell, yeah, I've gotten really into this book because I love Harry Potter, and it's so wonderful to be back in that world again. And I'll give you more about how I feel. I'm not going to spoil how I feel about this book just yet, but let's just say I actually like a Slytherin character for once, and he's in this book. But that's besides the point. That's my new read, Harry Potter and the Cursed Child. And then I just finished ACOMAF, and I have ACOWAR over there on my TBR table. I will be getting to it eventually, but there's 4 books in front of it. After I read Harry Potter, I'm going to be reading the new House of Night book, and then Empire of Storms, and then the last 2 Miss Peregrine books. And then I'll get to ACOWAR, because I have been waiting to read that. Hopefully sometime this week, maybe next week, I've got an unboxing video coming up for Owlcrate. It's going to be a double unboxing. It'll be Owlcrate and it'll be Book Loot. And it's going to be extremely epic because the Book Loot has a story published by yours truly. So if you are a subscriber to Book Loot, you will be getting a story written by me, C.A. Perkins / Big Scribe Books. And I really hope you enjoy it. I worked hard on it, and I've got another idea for the one for October because they're kind of skipping their September box. My dog wants to play, apparently. He's decided it's playtime, so you're probably going to hear his little toy squeak. But if you have any feelings about the Sarah J Maas books, Watson, now's not the time. If you have any feelings about the Sarah J Maas books, let's go ahead and discuss it. Feel free to discuss it in the comments. I'll talk back with you, and we'll discuss them. And if you have a particular feeling towards the books, like you don't like them or you do like them, I would like to hear it. I would like to discuss it because it interests me. And honestly, she's one of my favorite writers, and I think her world building is excellent, and her character development is amazing. So if you really want a series that you can really absorb and get into, start reading some of Sarah J Maas's books. And there's a lot more coming from the Court of Thorns and Roses series. She just announced that she's coming out with a novella next year and is going to be transitioning into a spin-off series, which is going to be truly epic. But I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope you enjoy my new review. It's been a while since I've had a video come out. I've had a lot going on with school and health issues, and just trying to get back into the swing of things. But like I said, I'm speeding through this one, so probably next week I'll have a review up for it. And then I'll be reading Loved by PC Cast and Kristen Cast. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'll try and get some more out there, get some more Bible studies out there, do some vlogs. But I really would like to see that you guys are enjoying these videos, so let me know how you feel. God bless you. Bye.